So far, Americans are filing their tax returns a little slower than they did last year, with just over 70 million returns received by the IRS as of March 14th. If you still haven't filed yet, we've got Lisa Greene-Lewis, TurboTax CPA and tax expert, here with some last-minute filing tips. Lisa, if you haven't started your taxes yet, what should you be doing this weekend?
Definitely going online and e-filing with direct deposit. E-file with direct deposit, that's the quickest way to get your refund. And, the average refund is over $3,000 for many people. That is the biggest check that you get all year.
So what is the biggest mistake that you see people make on their taxes?
Yeah, I would say just procrastinating. People who wait, they tend to leave important things out of their tax return. So you want to gather all your documents in one place, documents that report your income, like your W-2s and 1099s, and then also forms and receipts for those expenses that can be deductible. Also, people that have kids, sometimes they gather the incorrect Social Security number. And so you need those accurate Social Security numbers in order to claim those valuable deductions and credits for your kids. And also, I would say not filing at all. There are some filers that make under the IRS income threshold, but if they've had federal taxes taken out of their paychecks or are eligible for refundable credits like the earned income tax credit, then they should still file because they may be leaving money on the table.
Now, President Trump has made some suggested changes to the tax code. How would no income tax change things for most Americans?
First thing I want to say on that, because there's a lot of confusion about the proposals, those proposals do not impact your 2024 taxes. So just want to emphasize that because I think people are holding off hearing these tax law changes, but no taxes on tips. So right now, tips are taxed at a certain amount. No taxes on tips would mean that income would be tax-free if that did come about. And there would be less paperwork for filers and the employers as well.
Yes, and a key note that this is not in effect yet, and ultimately still needs to be worked through Congress. There's a lot of paperwork until it actually flows through to the paperwork that people are filing right now. We do know that Republicans are planning to extend the 2017 tax cuts. So what happens if that is not successful here? Is there a material change to the way that we could file next year or the year after?
We don't know what the tax laws would be. One thing I can say is TurboTax, we've been in business for over 30 years. We've gone through so many tax law changes, and we will be ready and up to date, with our tools, our tax software, as well as our tax experts.
What are the biggest things that people should be double checking on their taxes as they are filing for this go round?
Yeah, so there are so many deductions and credits out there, but I want to highlight some key tax deductions and credits you don't want to miss. So 90% of filers do claim the standard deduction, and that was adjusted for inflation. So if you're single, it's $14,600. Married filing jointly, it's $29,200. If you're a parent, you can get the child tax credit up to $2,000 for all of your kids each of your kids under 17. If you sent your child to daycare or even summer camp, you can get the child and dependent care credit, and that's up to $1,050 for one child, up to $2,100 for two or more kids. There are some key credits that the IRS reports that 1 out of 5 filers that are eligible do miss those. The earned income tax credit is one of them. That's a substantial credit for a family with 3 kids. It's up to $7,830. There's also the Savers credit. That is a credit you get just for investing in your retirement. And that is up to $1,000 if you're single and up to $2,000 married filing jointly.
Lisa, thanks so much for taking the time, breaking down some of the key reminders that people need as they're going in to file their taxes. I guess this is last minute. We're a few weeks out here, but I've taken it closer to the wire before, so this is still plenty of cushion for some people out there. Thanks so much, Lisa.
Thank you for having me.